Hello you guys. It's a special day today. It is my dad's birthday. What do I want to say about today? Well, first of all, I'm seeing him later, which I'm excited about. I'm going to try see if I can convince him to come in front of the camera. Might not be successful. From the very beginning, actually, he's not really very beginning. I think from the moment he was like, wait a second, this thing you're doing on the internet seems to have a bit of traction. I don't want to be on the internet. Or not really, because we've actually been in the papers together. I think it was like a Father's Day article. He's also on my YouTube channel. I think we did like a video, a Father's Day video. So he's on here, but sporadically. He prefers not to be on the internet. But since it's his birthday, maybe he'll grant us, well, grant me this wish and just let me be like, really quickly, pan to my dad. So I'm seeing him and my family a little bit later today. For now though, I have lots of planning to do, lots of editing to do. I just kind of want to map out my week, first of all, because it's, oof, my hand is already getting tired. I want to map out my week, first of all, because it's looking heavy, and if I don't clearly map things out, I will drop the ball, and I really just want to go on with the momentum I've had lately. But I also want to map out the last quarter of 2022. I think I spoke about this in another video, but I just feel really excited and hopeful about this last leg of the year, and I want to try and put my best foot forward, and that means sitting down and planning a few things here and there. Update on the mascara. I think I talked about it in the last video. This was so easy to take off. It was just like my Lancome one. Like this is La 8 Hypnose, this one. It didn't like, it wasn't waxy and like tugging at my lashes. It was pretty easy. My previous one was a Maybelline one, and I've been like a huge Maybelline mascara girl for the longest time, but I think they are generally harder to take off. What does that mean in mascara world? Does that mean that they are therefore waterproof? I don't know what that means, but I just know my eyes generally, it struggles with that. But this one did not struggle, and yet I think it definitely has a bit more oomph than this other one. Update on that. What other update? Ooh, I wanted to also quickly just well, one, I think touch on my hair. I'm going to do something about it later today. I just need to step out and edit and then come back and do a video of me styling my hair, which I'm going to put up on Instagram. So I've not really done anything. I literally, the only reason these glasses are here is so that they can just kind of frame my face and hold my hair back. I'm not actually gonna whip them down and wear them. They're just here as a hair tie. But the other update I wanted to give you was around the gym. I almost want to put you down somewhere. Let me see. I think you're fine, but I'm playing with fire here. I just wanted to talk about the gym really quickly because you guys know I've been training a little bit different from my CrossFit days. I do try and work in a CrossFit workout once a week, but generally it's like the program I'm doing now is more strength training, and then after I'm done it's going to be more of like a HIIT endurance type training. But I'm just really curious to see how my body changes. Like today I almost doubled one of the movements in weights, and I was like, how? When I first got here it was so tough. Like 5 kilos for this movement, for this arm movement felt like and today it was like it felt pretty easy. But I'm curious to see how my body changes, because even the way my body responds in the gym is so different. Previously I would be sweating my heart out, like everything I had in the form of water would be on the floor, on my top, everywhere. But I don't break a sweat as much anymore, except for those days where it's more of a CrossFit workout, in which case it's over. Yeah, I just thought I'm curious to see, and I can already see some changes, but I'm just curious to see where it goes. Lipstick I'm wearing, just in case anyone is curious, is an old favorite I really need to reach out for this more. I think this is going to be the thing I reach out for more and more in the coming weeks. It is Maybelline Brown Sugar Matte. I think this is the perfect balance of matte without feeling that like your lips have fallen off and cracked off because of how dry they are. Because you know how sometimes matte lipsticks, after a while, if you keep wearing them, I don't know about you, but generally I like when there's like more gloss and juice and like, you know? And this is like the perfect balance of that matte look where I'm not so scared that if I have my coffee or tea that I don't have to keep reapplying. And yet not too dry because there's still movement in the lips. It's so nice. I don't know why they don't market this more, or even, I'm not even sure you can find, I'm not sure where you can find this. I don't know. I might actually go on a hunt of like this matte Maybelline lipstick and just see what color options they have. And I think this color just works really well on me. Dress is LC Waikiki. I will actually change later today, but like I said, right now I just kind of wanted to wear something so I can step out of the house and get that planning stroke editing session down. I just really want to edit, but before we do that, let's have a quick chat. But the other thing I wanted to share was a few of the things that I have implemented in my life in the last few weeks that I'm hoping to carry through the rest of the year, that I feel have had a big impact in my outlook on life, how hopeful I feel, my productivity, and just my general well-being. And my number one thing that I realized just threw me off completely was that I no longer had like a strong routine to ground me, and these habits that I can almost fall back on no matter what. But I also feel, and I'd felt this for a while, like I didn't feel centered. I kind of felt like that anything could happen and it would feel like my life is falling apart. It's just so heavy and blah, blah, blah. I was actually speaking about it to a couple of people I had a meeting with on Friday. The meeting I kind of told you about that I'm really excited about. Because I shared to them something significant that was happening in my life this month. And I was kind of just trying to tell them, please just bear with me. I'm trying to process this. I'm not doing so well and I'm just going to need some time. And so I guess they were just checking in like, how are you doing now? And I was like, oh my gosh. So first of all, it still feels like everything is up in the air and I'm still trying to process, but where my head is at now, I'm just only focused on the things that I can control and the things that I can do and the things that are right in front of me. The worry, which is just repeating these thoughts in my head, like, I don't know what to do. What do I do? What if this, that kind of repetition, just, it's like that's the muscle I've been building for months now. And so I feel like there are certain things that have helped ground me and center me, and things that I'm also still open to adopting and learning and implementing into my routine. The first thing is kind of getting into a workout routine. I know for some people it might just be like, oh, going to the gym, I don't know if that's going to solve my problems. And I get it. It's not even about solving problems. For me, it's, I start my day, well, one, it gets me out of bed with a task. Like I know what I need to do. And two, the endorphins that are released when you work out, like scientifically it's been proven that it does, breaking a sweat does kind of brighten your mood afterwards. And I just feel like that's one thing I've accomplished, one thing I'm proud of, one thing I'm just like, good job, buddy. So even when I'm sore, I'm like, ooh, like muscle, I don't know where the muscle is. I wish I could flex and blah, blah, blah. But so that's been really good. I think the second thing that's been huge for me is downloading this app called Insight Timer. I've talked about it before, I know. But I I just, first, I love this because it's not just like quiet meditation. I don't know the kinds of meditation that's out there. So I'm not gonna, like, I'm no guru. You research. Besides hearing what I'm saying now, just I guess find the thing that suits you. But what I love is that for the ones that I tend to go for, someone is speaking through the meditation. In fact, a couple of days ago, I listened to one from Giselle Bundchen, who I was like, okay, first of all, I just feel like I know she gardens, and I know she's got like a beautiful garden. I know this because I've watched like everything that Architectural Digest has done on her. And she just feels like a really wholesome, grounded person. But she's got meditations on there too. And what I love is that they talk you through things. So if you're going, like, you can search work stress meditation. You can search heartbreak meditation. You can search health meditation. Like, if you're not feeling okay or you're in pain or something like that, like on a physical level. And the fact that you can really search for things and you'll find these guided meditations from people who have crafted these really thoughtful, like 5, 10, 15 minute, I never go past 15 minutes also, sessions. And I'm just really enjoying that. And I can see how it's playing into just the rest of my day, not just even that moment. Yeah, and I think I want to continue building on this, like, centering, you know what I mean? And I think that's kind of what made me feel like I was at the mercy of whatever new thing came to play this day. Like, if suddenly the house was on fire, I'd be like, yes, house on fire, very scary. But there's also a point at which I just didn't feel I had any control over anything, and that's not a way I want to live. I don't feel like things is just happening to me, and oh my gosh, I'm a victim, and that's not what I want for myself. That's not what I admire in others. That's not what I want to emulate for my daughter. That's none of that. So yeah. Insight Timer or whatever meditation apps you like. This, so far I haven't had to pay for it, but I will pay for it. I'm just going to give it a few more weeks before I commit to it, because I have also been the one to pay annual membership and then use it for a few weeks, and then what is a meditation again? What is that? I just kind of abandoned. So I'm going to give it some time before I pay for the annual membership. So that's been really good. The third thing that I also have implemented that's very new to me is I sleep with something playing on my iPad. A lot of times that's usually something like a YouTube video baking show. So nothing serious or like heavy or anything like that. I kind of just like the noise in the background, and I'll put it on, I'll lower the volume, and that's what I want. But at the same time, it's also been the thing, because YouTube will just kind of keep playing, I'll like wake up and my sleep will be interrupted. I've now switched to noise, like sleep, excuse me, birds. I've now switched over to like these calming sleep noises, and what I really love is the sound of rain, and that's what I keep playing again on Insight Timer. And I'll usually just play it for about 10 minutes, and by then I'm fast asleep. But that's been very different for me, for someone who generally I can't even tell you, and I know it's not good, and there are all these like statistics that say like just sleep away from your phone and sleep away from like devices and blah blah blah, and it'll interrupt your sleep and all of that. And I could tell that I kept like waking up and tossing and turning and blah, and then sometimes I'd be up for like an hour unable to sleep, and then if I don't sleep in 5 minutes, then I'll start watching something, and that's why I'll be up in an hour, because I'll be like, this will put me back to sleep. But really I'm like, oh my god, that's so cool. How did they make the frosting? Not healthy. And again, going back to what I know I've talked about before, which is how big a deal sleep is. how it kind of helps to just heal your body, and rejuvenate it and just get it working as best as possible. It's almost like a drug for your body. It really is a version, it's some kind of drug. Then why would I compromise that? Because I've got a YouTube channel to watch. So I feel like that's been a big impact in my sleep pattern. Yeah, so that's been amazing. And I think the other thing that I'm also really conscious of, and this is the last thing I kind of just want to highlight, is I've really tried to be, and we were talking about this with Patricia, I'm trying to figure out where to start this, but what do I say? I have so many thoughts. Actually, let me do this. So I know I've talked to you guys about this picture that my life coach kind of had me paint in my head, a picture of young Sharon, baby Sharon. And the reason she kind of brought that up is because she picked up very quickly that I had very negative self-talk, just like I know a lot of us do. And self-doubt was thick, and I just wasn't being gentle, I wasn't being kind, I wasn't being loving towards myself. And so one of the things she said is like, picture like young Sharon, you would never speak. First, she said you never speak to your daughter like that, but also, why would you do that to like you? Think of you as a little girl. Like, what would you ever speak to yourself like that? And when she said picture you, I had a clear, vivid image in my mind. And she kind of took me through this whole process of like picturing Sharon and what would I want to tell her? How do I want her to feel? And how do I want to move forward with her? And she had me picture this baby Sharon, and the picture I had in my head was of this is baby Sharon. This is me as, let me smile like her. I don't know if we look alike, but this is me as a 3-year-old. At least that's what my mom says she thinks I was at this stage. Do we look alike? I don't know. But I was in the back of her sister's car, and oh God, I'm gonna get emotional just even thinking about it. But I just thought, like, if she's 3, I'm 33. And I was telling Patricia this the other day, but for 30 years, I've kind of lived my life just with this kind, like if I don't do something quite right, if I make a mistake, if I'm on the wrong, if I'm slow, if I don't win the way I thought I should win, if I'm not where I'm supposed, I thought I should have been, which is like owning a house, owning a car, owning, I don't know, what do people own? Like 3 kids, married, and what do people talk about? Like, you know, all those things, like all those things that I guess you kind of hear sometimes overtly and sometimes not quite so, that you should be aiming for and you should have achieved all, like whatever it is. You should have gotten a raise, you should have left that relationship, you should have. All those years of me speaking to myself the way that the world has already been speaking subtly to me, and just like taking it on and be like, yeah, actually, why I should have, why can't I, come on, do better, be better, you're disgusting, what is wrong with you, how many times do you have to like go through this for you to figure it out? Like, I would have such, and I don't think I'm alone in this, but I would have such negative self-talk, and just when I started to separate, when I could picture like a younger version, like at the center of me, and just being like, why would I ever Why would I ever do that to myself? Why would I ever settle for anything less than beautiful and magical and hopeful? Why do I embrace mediocrity in friendships, in relationships, in career, in my goals? Why am I not showing up? Why do I make promises to her about what I'm going to do and then continue to not keep those promises? Then why, even when I do fail keeping those promises, why then do I stay on like beating myself up? But God, I feel like, I don't know why, just looking at this picture just drives, it's almost like I can't even look at you for too long because I just want to tell you I love you so much. And it's like me, I love, and I forgot that it's, this is the part I'm like, what am I even saying? Does this last point even make any sense? I hope it does, but it's, it has been so liberating and so eye-opening too, being able to view life from this perspective and to have genuine patience for myself and true kindness towards myself, and starting to form self-love, like a deep self-love. God, imagine imagine the kind of woman I'm growing into, I'm evolving into, the kind of woman who fully will just be like so in line with her, and I just love her so much. Yeah, I think the last point to sum this up, because I feel like the first year I was like very clear: sleep, meditate, work out, and the last is just I guess just practicing self-love and self-trust, and something about this picture just helped, it clicked for me. And I'm so grateful that my life coach kind of brought that up, like helped paint that picture, because I could visualize the kind of the girl, and it was clearly this picture in my head. And I went to my mom's and I was like, please, can I have this? I really need it. And I took it. It's even broken. So and it was at a corner, it was up somewhere, but it was not facing like anyone. It was like facing the other side, leaning against something so it doesn't fall. So I took it, and it sits on my dressing table, and it just serves as a reminder that this is who I'm showing up for every day, and this is who I'm, striving to protect, to love, to honor, to trust. Yeah, so that's been really good. And those 4 things I hope to build on. I hope to like work that muscle until it's so like a part of me. Like I was actually even telling Patricia again, because we were having this whole conversation just a couple of days ago, but I was saying, I think we've built that other muscle of like the doubt and the inconsistencies and the just you name all the negative things that you self-talk that's just rubbish, imposter syndrome, all of that. We've built that muscle so good that now it's like really about trying to build this other side, this this centering, just like how Eckhart Tolle right now, I just imagine wherever he is, even if a voice kind of started to be like, should you really be at this dinner with like Barack Obama and Oprah? Like he would be like, not today, not here. No. Like it's so, that muscle with him is so, clearly I've been talking for a long time because it even cut. Oh my gosh, this is it. I don't, sorry. Yeah, it cut, not because there's like, it just cut because I've been talking a long time, but I've been building this muscle for a minute, and I like this other negative one, and I'm done with that. I want better for myself, and I'm here trying to build this other muscle, which I feel like starts with these 4 things, and I'm working on that, and that's what I'm hoping to take into Q4 of 2022 and for the rest of my life. Really, it's really about the rest of my life. All right. Now that I don't have any time to edit or plan my week out, I'm gonna switch this off. Oh God, I'm scared to look at the time. Ah, I'm so late. Okay, let's go. Do you wanna be in my vlog?
Huh?
You wanna be in my vlog?
Yeah, I could
Oh, Mama said
could.
yes. First of all, let me just show off my hair.
What do
be. Second of all.
Huh? Do you want to be in my vlog, Dad?
I don't.
Can I have your voice in my vlog?
No.
Dad, please. Can I catch the back of your hand?
No.
Can I catch your hand? Can I put all of this in my vlog?
No.
No.
Please.
Oh, were you taping?
Yes. I'll put that part where I asked, can I put all of this in my vlog? And everyone said no. I'll put that part. And now you know, this is how it was. And it all started 9 years ago when I think, what happened? I think Jeff, because I remember I used to put like Jeff in the vlog, and then he went to, where did he go? Oh, first of all, you can hear Adele. I hope I don't get like cancelled by YouTube. But Jeff may have been noticed when he was in town by someone or recognized by someone, and because I used to put my family on my blog, and he came and was like, oh my gosh, someone's taught me to be like, are you Sharon's brother? And from then my dad was like, right. So no putting of money. I don't want to be in it. Anyone else can decide for themselves, but he made it very strict, and I respect that. That's why I'm just gonna turn the camera a bit. Kidding. Oh, it's so tough. I don't show my daughter, I don't show my relationships, and I don't show my family. This is such the fact that you guys still stick around. Well, some of you.
Can I just say hi?
No. I won't even add her voice.
No, please let that be in.
Okay. Okay, my mom has asked if I can leave that part in. I'll leave that part in because my mom asked. Also, YouTube's really gonna cancel. I'm gonna stop talking. Bye. I have had to step away from the music and the family to kind of just be like, speak to you for a second. But we are at Ankola and we've just placed our order. It only took like 27 minutes for that to happen because we just kept going round and round in circles. I don't know if anyone else's family is a little bit like I just kept looking up at the waitress like, sorry, just we're almost done, sorry. And she was like, it's okay, calm down. Anyway, I just came to say, I guess kind of brief you on my day. I clearly did my hair. I just went ham on these clips. I've seen this a few times on like the runway, Fashion Week, and since we've just come out of Fashion Week, I felt like I might as well just go a little bit extra and do it up. But the rest is just simple. It's just like my hair up and a little like fringe situation, and then all these pins. I'm yet to edit that video. And then came and waited for a bit for my family to get here, and you'd have seen. It's just how other vloggers do it and are so comfortable putting everything out there. I just don't know. I do feel like if my mom was a vlogger, she would bear it all though, because even now she was like, just leave that in, just leave that in, just let her be. Like, Ma, we've talked about this. The internet is a scary place, but at the same time it's also a really beautiful place, and I just want to manage how much of everything I want to put out on the internet. I'm still gonna try to see if my dad's gonna just have like a little moment because it's his birthday. Surely he could just let us like just see a little bit, just like wave. I don't know if you heard him say, I'll give you a cuticle. Dad, these people are so, it's a tough crowd. It's a tough crowd over here. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, I'll probably see you back again at the house unless I do get my dad to just like come in just to be like, happy birthday, Dad. If not, I'll see you later in the evening in the house. Hello. If you're wondering why I look different from the last clip you'd have watched, it's because it's actually the next day. It's actually the next evening. I came home. First of all, I tried to get my dad to just do a little wave for the camera. He was like, no. He's actually at my house now. And I was like, oh, Dad, do you want to do a wave now? And also, just I don't know why I try, but I'll still try. I don't know why I try though, because I know I'm always just gonna get like, no, not interested. Oh my gosh, I wonder if there's like 60-plus-year-old men who vlog, and I wonder if like there's a whole community of 60 plus, or just like, you know, general age group men who watch and are like, oh yeah, that's really cool what you did there with your aftershave, or whatever they talk about. I don't even know. Anyway, I had a meeting with my dad this afternoon. That's why he's at my house now, and he was just like waiting for, just that part doesn't even matter. My point is, yesterday I came home and I was ready to vlog, put my camera on, and I was going to take you guys through my skincare, because it's one of the questions I've actually received a lot in the last couple of months. Lots of like, what is your skincare routine? What are you doing? We're noticing the difference. I know I've talked about like some of those products, but skincare routine was one of the things I've had a lot of requests for. And I put the camera there, and I promise you, I must have had at least 6 takes. I'm not that kind of girl when it comes to vlogging. Like, I'm usually just like a switch on, boom. And sometimes I'll like pause because I get distracted, because maybe my daughter walks in and I have to kind of pause and cut the vlog. Or sometimes I'm trying to remember something or get the script, and so I'll like, it'll be choppy sometimes as I try and like piece my thoughts together, or get my facts straight or something like, or maybe I misspeak, like I misspoke, and so I just edit that part out. So I have like those moments, as do a lot of people who vlog regularly. But last night I was so out of my game. I just felt like I don't know what I'm doing, nothing makes sense, who even like what is going on? I need to just stop. So many times I actually just stopped and would just stare at like at like a corner and just be like, what am I thinking? What am I doing? What is wrong with me? So I haven't even edited the clips, but I know they are just gonna be ridiculous, and me just bouncing across different thoughts and not really formulating a coherent, consistent thought. So I'm coming to you today, the next day, to talk you through my skincare. Okay, already feeling a lot better than I did yesterday. I think yesterday I also just, there were too many factors. One, I was tired. I was completely tapped out. And then 2, I also had like a clock ticking because I needed to put my little lady to bed. So I was just like, no. And then I was like, gosh, I'm already so late. No, don't go. Just finish what you're doing. So my mind was split into a million different things and wasn't working. You know what? Let me close my door. Just a sec. I've locked my door so that there are no interruptions today. So before I even start talking about my skincare routine, I want to talk a little bit about generally my skin and what I've been doing. So first, as most of you know, I have the privilege of saying that I work with La Roche-Posay. I love this brand so deep, and I admired and respected the brand before. I valued their perspective and how devoted they were to just like the science and the technology of getting like the right formulas. I love that. But after my trip and getting a deep dive into really the heart of the brand, honestly, I feel it's one of the partnerships I'm really, really grateful for. So I just want to get that out of the way. This is not a sponsored video. It's not a paid for partnership. This isn't part of my work with them, but I do need to share that with you just so that, you know, just for transparency's sake. Now, I have in the last few years been trying to explore more around skincare, and I've tried to develop a skincare routine that kind of works, but I, like many people, haven't really seen a dermatologist. I've kind of just gone with the internet and YouTube and just recommendations that I've seen and products that people have like, you know, talked about and raved over. And my skin has improved drastically ever since I started to just pay a little bit more attention to it and use better products. And I've seen the difference. Sometimes it's easy to forget because you kind of live with that skin for so long and then you forget how bad it was. Especially since I didn't have any kind of like cystic crazy acne or like crazy scarring. Like my skin concerns weren't that big, but they were enough to make me feel self-conscious quite often actually. And so I know there's been an improvement. But when I went for that, and I know I've talked about this, but please bear with me in case someone's new here and they hadn't caught that. But when I went for the La Roche-Posay event in France back in a month that I can't remember, may have been July, don't quote me, I was speaking to a dermatologist and I was just saying how her skin is so beautiful. Like, what do you use? She's from South Africa. Or like, not what do you use, but like, how do I get that? That's what I want. And she actually told me what kind of acne I have. I've forgotten what she said. I'll insert it here. But essentially it just means like it's just like texture issues. It's nothing serious where you're like, you know, having to go through this extensive treatment and all of that. But she was like, oh, it's simple. All you just need to use that is the Effaclar Serum. And I was like, oh, I thought it was for people with like really serious acne issues, but okay, I'm gonna try it. 2 weeks later, I could visibly see the difference. And I was like, what? Excuse me? Is my skin glass? Is this it? Like, hello, mate, check me out. Like, I was really feeling myself. What I've noticed in the couple of months since I started using this product, one, if I'm not consistent, my skin shows. And the thing is, if I don't have makeup during the day, I often will be like, who needs to wash anything off? It's okay, skip it. It's fine, nobody got time, it's okay. Actually, my skin notices. And whenever I've been like consistently wearing makeup, my skin is generally just a lot better because it forces me, I'm forced to wash my skin in the evening and then put in my active ingredients, which is when I usually put, you know, like the Effaclar Serum, or if I've got like, what else do I have here? Or like retinol, things like that. So that's when I usually use them in the evening. So my skin is like, oh, here we are. What was that? What was that sound? Please don't quote me on that. But my skin is like thanking me, essentially is what I'm trying to say. Now, I think I'll kind of talk you through how I use this product specifically, because this honestly is what I feel like has made the biggest difference. And this is when I started to hear people ask me questions. So I won't necessarily go through every day because it does change evenings. There's some evenings where I just want like more the active ingredients and I'm kind of treating my skin. And then there are other times where I'm just like trying to make it as supple and hydrated and moisturized as possible. And it's just like feeding it all the good stuff. Like it's when I might just even be like vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, some really rich moisturizer, and like my skin is like, these sound effects, I need to, someone please just stop me. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do tonight, which is the night I'm using Effaclar Serum, is first I will double cleanse. And I'm almost actually out of, gosh, I really am almost out of this. It is the Effaclar Purifying Foaming Gel for Oily Sensitive Skin. I've got, not oily sensitive skin, I've got actually dry combination dry skin. So is this the most ideal to use? I don't know, but I love it and I use it clearly. This is actually my second bottle. And there's probably a better moisturizer, not moisturizer, a more moisturizing cleanser. I actually have another one from La Roche. It's a Pigment-Clar. It's from the Pigment-Clar range, which deals more with trying to like get rid of dark spots or like, you know, just scarring, like when, scarring the right word, but you know when you've got like the marks left over, that's what the Pigment-Clar range focuses on. Yeah, so there. Brightening Foaming Cream Cleanser. This actually feels really good on my skin. I probably should see what other, yeah, cleanser I could use from La Roche-Posay, or just like what other cleanser is out there that really works. I think when I was a lot younger, I used to use the pink grapefruit. Not even a lot younger. It may have even been in this house, but I have it. But I remember specifically, like a few years ago, just being obsessive about it. Neutrogena, but I haven't used that in a while, and I've kind of just stuck with the La Roche-Posay. Anyway, cleanse twice when you've got makeup. Next thing I go in with is a toner. I'm not one to tone, to be very honest, but I did receive a toner from Lancome when I went on the PR trip, and clearly I've been using it. I kind of focus on like the edges and everywhere, but really it's just about making sure that any last specks of makeup are off my face. What I'm going to do after that is then go in with my hero product, the Effaclar Ultra Concentrated Serum. It is anti-imperfection, pore refining, daily peeling. Please guys, just believe me when I say this is it. It's got 1.5% salicylic acid. It's also got glycolic acid. And those two kind of just help resurface the skin and get rid just all the bumps and the things that kind of create that texture. It really helps with that. It's also got niacinamide, which balances that off really well and kind of also calms things down. I know niacinamide is good for other things. I just can't remember what it is now. And then it's also got the iconic, like the thing that La Roche-Posay is known for, which is thermal water. Oh, another thing actually, if I take too much time before I get into my serum after cleansing my face, I'll always put a little bit of this. And honestly, like even now, I don't usually put it on top of makeup, but it just feels so refreshing. But just that little bit, I just love to put product when my face isn't super dry, when there's still like a little bit of like moisture to it. Then I put that, the serum, then I'll usually even go in with my hyaluronic acid. I'm actually almost out. And so it's been in a corner because I think I can use it one more time. There's just a little bit left. And then I will go in with the Effaclar Duo Plus. Where is that? Here. This is what I will go in with, which is to just kind of really double up on that. I don't have to use a lot of this actually, and I think like usually what I'm trying to do is just like that to me is more like the treatment. I see this as like a treatment moisturizer. And then what I will, so these are like the two hero products, these two. Also, I should add the Effaclar bottle and the hyaluronic acid bottle. You can tell, very similar. Don't do what I did and accidentally buy the wrong product and then come cry on YouTube. Didn't actually cry, but inside I was crying because I was so excited for the sunscreen, the one that the La Roche-Posay that you kind of spray, and you can spray over makeup and it won't. Gosh, I can't wait till they bring that into the market. I really can't wait. And anyway, just read the packaging. Actually, what I feel like my skincare regimen is lacking is like a nice nourishing oil. I've had two in the past. I think one was from Origins and the other one may have been from Body Shop. I don't know. The Origins one I really liked. I wish I had an oil at the end because I just feel amazing when I have an oil. My skin feels good. I love what it feels like. I know it's not for everyone, but I do love it. And what I would do also is space it out before putting on that product. But what I would also then do if I don't really have that is like put something like the Simple Replenishing Rich Moisturizer, although that hasn't felt as rich as I need it to be. It's almost like my skin in the recent past. I don't know if it's the weather, I don't know if it's my hormones, I don't know if it's even like the products, but it's felt like it needs to be topped up with something really nourishing. Yeah, so that's the thing I feel like I'm on the hunt for. Something that just feels like, just leaves your skin feeling super supple. Yeah, and I feel like an oil would be so good for me. The thing that I was saying, I don't know if I finished that thought, but the thing I was saying is I try and space out whenever I'm putting these products on. Like I give myself time, let it sink in, hang out, and then put something else on my skin after that. But yeah, that is I mean, I've got makeup on now. And now that we're here, I just touched on makeup. Guys, this mascara essence, I feel like today, which is the third day I've worn it, is when I can feel the most pop with the mascara. I can't actually, like, I get it. I get the hype. I absolutely get the hype. But going back to skin, I don't know if you understand this, but like, I can't, it's not often that I'm washing my face and I'm not like feeling texture. And I know right now you're probably seeing some texture, and it's not like, you know how some people's skin just looks like a mirror, like butter. Like, what are you even doing? Because that's not normal. That's how Karen's skin is actually. Karen, her skin, her hair, amazing. That's never been my skin. This though is the best it's looked. I don't know what else to say besides like, it's working. It's working. And there's two things I can tell you for sure. I can see the difference. First, this. Second, when I'm consistently doing my evening skincare, absolutely see the difference. The other thing that I've been using, but I don't want to talk about because it's not really here yet, is their retinol. That's La Roche-Posay's retinol. Retinol can be such a like complicated active ingredient to add to your skincare routine. At least it's the one that's like, oh, just, you know, just be careful of like the strength of the retinol and like when you use it and how often you use it, because it could like get your skin could end up getting irritated. But if there was ever a retinol by a brand that I was going to trust, at least to like dip my toe into this retinol world, it is La Roche-Posay. And it's because I really just trust the time, resources, technology, and science that goes behind every single product. And it's because they're really like, they're trying to help people solve real skin issues and concerns and conditions. And I think there's been like a rave of like skincare products, and lots more people are doing that now, and I get it. Like, we moved from makeup to like skincare products and everyone's launching something in the skincare world. I get it. But I just think I just absolutely trust them, because it's not just about like beautiful skin. It's that. But it's also like they're trying to help people with skin issues like eczema and psoriasis and like burns, and help them feel good about themselves again. And if they're diving into like that depth, that level of concern and interest in their products for people with, you know, those issues, then you know they're going to transfer all that energy into also creating products that work at not at an exorbitant price. Because some of the products I've shared today are quite pricey. I know some people might think even La Roche is pricey, but like there's some brands where for a serum it's like quadruple that price. I have to go. I'm being yeah. Oh, my dad is leaving, so I had to like let him out. But anyway, I think I've pretty much gone through the talking part of this. Oh, it's long. I've been at this for a long time. But I'm now just gonna do my skincare. You can tell whenever I have like this much lip balm on, it's bedtime. Like, teeth are brushed and we're good to go. But I was actually just packing a bag to go to the gym in the morning and just like trying to get stuff ready for tomorrow. And I was watching a YouTube video when this ad came on.
Life is what you make of it.
First of all, it's like, were you reading my emails? Internet? Like, how did you give me this ad? How did you serve me this ad? How? It must Must be, huh? Which is a little scary to think. But anyway, the reason I was excited, the reason this ad excited me is actually because I'm going to have a meet and greet with Lancome at Village Market on Saturday, 1st of October, from 2 to 4 p.m. And this is to celebrate their fragrance, La Vie est Belle, which is one of their most iconic scents or fragrances. And this is their 10-year anniversary. So can't even. This is one of those moments where I just feel really grateful, and I don't know, just really happy to be working with Lancome on this. And I want to share it with you just in case you're free. And I know I'm throwing this in at the very end of a very long vlog. So for the people who did make it this far, 1, yay. 2, hope you can make it. But if not, I'll definitely vlog the day and share it with you on here, on a video that will be coming very soon. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up, and hopefully we can chat all things, not just beauty or fragrance, but also life, I guess. Yeah, I just wanted to share that. Is there any other thing I wanted to say? Ooh, tomorrow is when I'm getting that procedure done for my little cyst. So that's got me feeling a little some kind of way, and it's also meant that my week has been rather hectic trying to prep for that, but at the same time so much still has to be done, which also makes me think I don't know what I'm gonna wear for the rest of the week, because I'm sure it's gonna have like we'll deal with that in the morning. For now, I'm gonna try and read a little bit more of my book, and then get to bed as quickly as possible because I have an early morning tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video if you did enjoy it and just enjoy my content. It does actually help a lot, and I never remember to say that. But yeah, I'll see you soon. Good night.